Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the Go Man Go Tokucast. I'm your host, Frozen Stratos, and today we're going to be checking out Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel episode 4? 4, I think? It's the one with the Surfer Zord. You know it. It came out this week. I'm sure you're all Power Rangers fans if you're listening to this, so you know about the announcement that came today. But I can't watch this the same anymore, I saw this after the announcement, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, it was an enjoyable episode. It had its weaker moments, certainly toward the end, but it did have its strong moments, and all that can be attributed to Pink and White this episode, Haley and oh goodness, I need to remember their names. But I did really enjoy the interactions between the two, trying to thwart their parents' date. That was a lot of fun. Mick's back. I'm glad Mick's here. He really did some effective mentoring this episode when he was like, I have an idea. Let's split up and all look for them individually. And they were like, whoa, hold on. I thought teamwork. And then he's like, yeah, that's right. Teamwork. Why are you trying to split your parents up? Then there was a collective, oh, I really enjoyed that. That was any time they give Mick, the ability, or anytime he's allowed to give them the lesson, it really works. And his history with the franchise and just his earnestness with the delivery and everything, it makes a bad lesson passable. And this one was a pretty good lesson, done very well in Mick's hands. So I definitely appreciated that. Surfer Zord, I'm a little peeved that it got handed off to Red and then Gold when they could so easily have handed it off to Yellow or not Yellow, White or Pink, because all you really needed to do was film some close-ups and then sort of gloss over any sort of portions where Kinji is minuscule on the screen. There's really no need to sort of give it to Red and Gold this episode. It just struck me as weird. And to the credit of original footage, there was a lot this episode. I really wasn't expecting. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but most of this episode was their own footage. It was really toward the end where, when they sort of just devolved into source footage. Not devolved, because they devolved into their own footage too, because they didn't really give White or Pink the leadership role that they deserved in this episode, because they were really the front runners of the main and subplot. So I don't know why they weren't given more to do in terms of beating the villain. That's really the biggest critique I have this episode. The relationship between the parents was really good. The date was funny. Just the antics that White and Pink went through to get them separated. I mean, it's not that it hasn't been done. It's just it was fun to see these two characters have fun, and I feel like that's really the strength of this show, because narratively it doesn't seem like the writers really want to do much. So all the fun between the characters that they give them, that's really up to the actors to nail, and I think they're doing that perfectly. Well, not perfect, as best they can with the writing they've been given, and I feel like this is the best sort of representation of the fun that we can have. Whereas the episode prior, the date between White and Yellow, I don't know if we had anything in between that. These are starting to all blur together just because they're such nothings. But that was really grounded and sweet as well. So overall, I enjoyed this episode. It's just what's coming on the horizon, guys. Oh my god. So many cool things. If you don't know what I'm talking about, up in the eye icon above, I will link the news about the very next Power Rangers season, given to us in part by Hasbro, our new wallet overlords, because I'm sure I'm going to be spending lots and lots of money on their products. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Keep it juicy.